Home Therapy, Assignment 3, Part 1, Learning New Skills. So for this skill, you're going to need a trash can and you're going to need crumpled up paper. The purpose of this exercise is to delineate between truth and lies. So I'm going to use an example from my childhood. When I was in first grade, we were all lining up. We had a joint classroom, tons of kids. It was chaos. And I decided that was a great time to roll up a piece of paper and sing through it like it was a megaphone. And my teacher said, "Stop that horrible noise." Now, as an adult, I can understand that momentary lapse of patience. I would have lost it too, right? But as a child, I didn't understand that. I didn't have enough life experience to be able to say, oh, she's speaking from her experience and she's overwhelmed. And so I presumed some things were true that weren't. For example, I felt like it meant that my voice shouldn't be heard and my singing voice was no good. Neither of these are true, but they certainly felt true at the time. So as an adult, the idea is to take your trash can, I'm going to pretend this is a trash can, and take your wadded up piece of paper that represents a lie, and you're going to throw that lie in the trash. I'm not a good singer. My voice isn't worth being heard. Right? You can do this with actual paper or just taking your hand and throwing it away. So what was true in that situation? The truth is, my teacher was overwhelmed. So you pick up a truth and you put it in your heart. My teacher was overwhelmed. My voice is worth hearing. We all sometimes say things that we later wish we hadn't. Sometimes we hurt people without meaning to. So when we get to the next two assignments or parts of the assignment, we're going to explore how to use this skill with other things. And I'm going to try and get better lighting in here. So that's it. Easy peasy. It sounds simple, but it's really, really powerful. And what's really cool in therapy, sometimes it's the simplest things we do that have the greatest impact. Home Therapy, Assignment 3, Part 2. So remember last week we wrote out our ideal schema. Your assignment is to pick one of those things from your ideal schema and really look at it. Write down that schema, what your schema currently is, and the lies that you're finding as you compare the two. Throw those in your metaphorical trash can, and then write down the truths that you find. And if you need a boost during the week, read those truths and help cement that new schema in your mind. Home Therapy, Assignment 3, Part 3. So, now that you've picked a schema to work on, go to your timeline and pick an event. And you're going to pick an event, no matter how big or how small, that will reinforce the positive schema you want. For example, I, in my ideal schema, wanted to know that I was heard and have confidence that my voice is being heard. So I picked that event from first grade where I felt like I shouldn't be heard. Write a letter to every person, including yourself, involved in that event, and then burn it. And then you're going to write down the lies, the incorrect thinking patterns you adopted. And then you're going to write down the truth. And then throw those lies away and pick up each truth and put it in your heart.